Good morning, students. So let us start. So today we have ML lab, and today we will be implementing K-means algorithm. Okay. So okay. So what's my plan today? So I will be creating a dummy data set. Okay, and I will be ensuring that there will be 3 clusters in it, and then we will know the answer, and then we will be clustering them. Okay, so consider I'm going to prepare two-dimensional data set. Okay, and the feature names, let's name the feature 1 as x1 and x2. This entire set will be denoted by x. Okay, and then so we have two-dimensional data, so it can be represented in two-dimensional space. So along the x-axis we will have x1 and x2. Okay, I will be creating 3 clusters. Okay, so one cluster will lie here, another here, and one, let's place the third one here. Okay, now consider our range is from 0 to 100. Okay, and here also 100. Okay, so this middle point is 50. Now can you tell me the possible range for cluster 1, cluster 3 and cluster 2? What will be the possible range? What should be the possible range of x1 for c1? x1 का range क्या रहेगा? So for x1 we can keep it 0 to 40. Okay, so it should lie in this first quadrant. Okay, let's say this is my first quadrant, second, third and fourth. Okay, in order to ensure that c1 is placed in first quadrant. Okay, so I will keep the x1 value from 0 to 40. Okay, and x2 value should be kept between 0 to 40. Okay, then what about c2? Okay, I want to place it in third quadrant. Okay, so I will keep its x1 score. Okay, x1 score between 60 to 90. Okay, so by ensuring that, okay, so the points will lie in this quadrant. Similarly x2 की वैल्यू 50 और 100 के बीच में रखना है. So let us keep it between 0 to 90. Okay, so this will be range of x1 for c2 and x2 for c2. For c3, okay, can you tell me what should be the range of x1 and x2? First tell me about x1. 0 to 40. Okay, 0 to 40. And what about x2? 60 to 90, right? Above, x2 is along the y-axis, right? So it should be above 50 and below 100. Okay, so if we keep the range as 60 to 90, so it will be ensured that C3 will lie in fourth quadrant. Okay, these are my quadrants. Okay, so this is the planning that we have done. Now let us create dummy values, okay, random values for this data set. Okay, so we have the libraries. So you run your Anaconda and then create a new Python notebook. Okay, so I want random integers. Okay, so random. So if we don't know the exact library, search for that. So there are different libraries. We have one library called random. Okay, but I want array of integers. That's why we have to use NumPy library called random. Okay, so there you can get a random integer values. Okay, now its function is rand int. Okay, here the first parameter is the lower bound. second parameter is the upper bound and how many elements you want. Okay, so and as you can see, lower bound is included, upper bound is excluded. Okay, that's the meaning of these brackets. Okay, earlier also I have explained this. If you have square bracket, that means this number will be included, and this round bracket means that is excluded. Okay, so I can take this code. So I will start generating the random integers. No need of seed value. Seed is the initial value that you are giving. If you don't give any value, then it will take a system time as the seed value. Okay, yes, so I have imported this random library. From that I am using randint. The function is randint. So let us create x1 underscore 1. Okay, so this part let us represent first part of x1. Okay, so we will be having c1 values, c2's values and c3's values. So let us represent this part as x1 underscore 1, similarly x2 underscore 1, then x1 underscore 2. Okay, so in order to generate x1 underscore 1, so we have the range, right, 0 to 40. x1 underscore 1 should lie in 0 to 40, so 0 to 40, and I want 20 such elements. Similarly, I will be creating x2, जो सेकंड फीचर है उसके भी जो रेंज है 0 to 40 हमने डिसाइड किया है. ओके, सो लेट अस जनरेट इट. ओके, एंड so we have the data now. I can plot it. Okay, but let's generate all the coordinates and then we'll see the distribution. Okay, then similarly I can create for cluster 2 and cluster 3. Okay, so this is for cluster 2, cluster 3, and we have decided their range. For cluster 2, the x1 range is 60 to 90, x2 range is 60 to 90. Okay, so this is 60 to 90. I am generating my own data set. Okay, because for that data set I know the answer, right, and I want to cross check using the k-means implementation. Okay, so 0 to 40 and 60 to 90. Okay, so I have the values. Let us generate it again, and now I can plot. Okay, but first we have to combine. Okay, x1 के जो पार्ट है हमें x1 के जो पार्ट है that is x1 underscore 1, x1 underscore 2 and x1 underscore 3, that we have to combine in x1. Okay, so I can define my x1 list. Okay, ये list बन गई. Okay, then I have the function called append, right? Append, what you have to append? Now this random integer will give you numpy array. Okay, this is the function from numpy, right, numpy library. So this is the array and I want to append it to the list. Okay, so what I will do, I will typecast it by using the list, right? Okay, by list I will typecast. Okay, and just start appending. So initially x1 will be empty. Now x1 first part is appended. Similarly append the remaining two parts. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 3. Okay, and I can print the x1. So let us see the content of x1. Okay, now see the elements are added. Okay, but they are added as a list, but हमें elements चाहिए, right? So we have a function called extend. Okay, append वहाँ पे correct नहीं था, extend है, extend. Okay, and now see, so our x1 is ready. Okay, I can call a shape function on that. Shape is a function. List. Okay, length. So how many? So 60 elements are there in X1. Okay, till now any doubt? What I am doing, I am generating my own data set. So this is my second feature. So everywhere second feature, and यहाँ पे भी 2 आ जाएगा. Okay, and this will give me my X2. Okay, this is X2. Now I can plot it, okay, and show you how what data I have got. So import, for plotting we have matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and plt dot scatter, ये डेटा पॉइंट्स है ना, सो इट विल बी अ स्कैटर. सो एक्स एक्सिस पे आपको क्या चाहिए, x1 चाहिए और x2, ठीक है, एंड plt dot show. Okay, see the distribution of the data. See, okay, we have ensured that we'll be getting 3 separate cluster. Okay, that's why we have decided the ranges of the x coordinate and y coordinate. Okay, and we have got 3 clusters. Okay, if I run it again, okay, random integers, so I will get different integers, and I will get a different plot. See, the data distribution is changed because the integers are generated randomly. Okay, so now we have our data. Now let us use the k-means algorithm. Okay, so like other libraries, all you have to know is the name of the library. Okay, so I know the library, it is called k-means, and it is available in sklearn, scikit-learn. Okay, so I will search for that, go to the home page of that library, and this is the class. Okay, so what I will do, I will take this and import that. Okay, this is my lab 4 21 year, and this is k-means, right? K-means implementation. Okay, so I have copied it. Now create an object of that. So from this library, import k-means. Okay, now in k-means, see the parameters that you can use. So you can provide number of cluster. Okay, now consider we don't know this planning. Okay, we don't know about the data, and we don't know how many clusters are there. Okay, as this data points or this data is 2-dimensional, you can see there are 3 clusters. But what if you have 30-dimension data or 4-dimension data? You cannot plot it, you cannot visualize it, right? Okay, then how to come up with the ideal cluster value? Okay, so that for that we will be using the elbow method. Okay, so you have to provide number of clusters parameter, otherwise by default it will take 8. Then you have k-means plus plus. Okay, so now k-means plus plus is slight variation of k-means. Now it solves the problem of that random cluster centroid distribution. Okay, see, k-means plus plus, select the initial cluster centers for k-mean clustering in a smart way to speed up the conversions. Okay, so it is by default. Okay, so we will not set it. Then maximum iteration you can set. Okay, no need to set that. Then that's it. Okay, so we are interested in this parameter. Okay, and we are going to find that optimal value using which thing, which method, elbow method, right? So elbow के लिए मैंने कल ही बोला था, you have to write a for loop for I in range. Okay, we have to start with one value, right? The cluster should be, okay, the minimum value of k should be 1, right? Okay, so I'll be going from 1 to 20. Okay, so I have created an object. It will return me an object. So let us catch it in a k-means. So this is my class. I am providing number of clusters as I. So my I will vary from 1 to, okay, so we use k value, right? So k. So my k will vary from 1 to 20. I will get 20 such objects. For that we have to calculate WCSS. Okay, so this class provides a inertia attribute. This is the attribute, and it is nothing but a WCSS score, sum of square distance of samples to their closest cluster centers, right? Okay, so I have the inertia score. So what I can do, for the generated object I can get that inertia score. Okay, and let us keep that in one list. Okay, so that list is WCSS scores. ओके, एक एम्प्टी लिस्ट बना लेंगे. ओके, और उसमें हम अपेंड करते रहेंगे. सो यू अपेंड दैट, अपेंड दोज इनर्शिया स्कोर इन दैट लिस्ट. ओके, सो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, I have imported that class. Okay, then I don't know the value of k, so I am writing this loop. It will vary from 1 to 20. Okay, I am creating the object, okay, by passing the num cluster. Okay, but I have not fitted the data. Okay, so that is remaining. The object is created, but it doesn't have that data, right? Okay, so my data is present in x1 and x2. But as you can see, fit function पे जाएंगे. fit function requires x, and what is x? ये fit पे क्लिक कीजिए. array like sparse matrix. ओके, ये array like यानी कि ये टेबल है. सो हमें ये क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, डेटा फ्रेम क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, राइट? So x1 will be the first column, x2 will be the second column. So let us create a table first. Okay, so you know about the data, right? x1 and x2 are the two columns. Okay, so we need a data frame. So data frame is there in Panda. Okay, pandas में है import numpy as np. Okay, and pd dot data frame. ओके, और डेटा फ्रेम में आपको डिक्शनरी लाइक देना पड़ता है. डिक्शनरी, सो x1, द रो नेम इज x1. ओके, एंड कोलन द वैल्यूज आर प्रेजेंट इन x1. ओके, देन second row is x2 and the values are present in x2. So this is my data frame. Okay, df. So let us run it. Okay, data frame, I think D is capital, F is also capital, yeah. Okay, and df, if I print it, yes, I am getting it is starting from 0. Yes. Okay, x1 as first column, x2 as second column. I have the table now. I can give that table to the k-means fit function. Okay, so that object will fit that data. Okay, and k is varying, so I will be getting 20 inertia score. Okay, and as discussed in yesterday's class, inertia score will decrease, right? Okay, and that score I am storing in WCSS scores. Okay, so let us run this. Okay, this is the warning. So we have the WCSS score, and let us print WCSS scores. See, the values are decreasing, 80,000, then 36,000, 11,000, 9,000, 7,000, all up to 900. Okay, and I can print it, I can plot it. Okay, I will show you the elbow curve. For that I need the matplotlib and it is already imported. So I can call a plot method where I am writing plt dot plot. Okay, plot will plot a line. Okay, ये plot जो function है ये line print करता है और ये scatter points print करता है. ठीक है, तो by using plot I will be getting a line. ओके, प्लॉट हमें इसको एक्स एक्सिस देना पड़ता है. एक्स एक्सिस डेटा फ्रेम की फर्स्ट कॉलम है जो कि x1 है, राइट, और y कॉलम देना पड़ता है y एक्सिस जो कि x2 कॉलम में प्रेजेंट है. ओके, एंड सॉरी, वी आर प्लॉटिंग अ एल्बो, राइट, एल्बो ग्राफ. ओके, सो एक्स एक्सिस में क्या रहेंगे, एक्स एक्सिस में हमारी रेंज रहेगी, के वैल्यूज रहेगी. ओके, लेट अस स्टार्ट इट विथ 0. ओके, एंड along the y axis we will have WCSS scores. Sorry, okay, I want to print that elbow plot. Okay, so plt dot show must have same first dimension. Yes. Okay, see, so as you can see, okay, so they have this x labels are 2.5 units away. So as can you see this elbow point, the pivotal point it is actually at 3. Okay, just it is somewhat, see, it is somewhat to the right side of a 2.5, that means it is a 3. Okay, so the ideal value for this data set is 3. Okay, did you get the concept? Okay, so I can write some so x label, I can write some graph elements. Okay, chart elements. So on the x axis we have WCSS scores. Okay, and on the y axis y label, अरे x एक्सिस पे WCSS स्कोर नहीं है, y यहाँ पे k वैल्यूज़ है. ठीक है, और plt डॉट टाइटल ये क्या है, एल्बो ग्राफ फॉर गिवन डेटा. शो लास्ट में रहेगा.
सर वाई लेबल में वी आ गया है.
yes. Okay, so I have added some chart elements, x label, y label और title. ठीक है, so we have obtained the ideal k value now. Okay, so what I can do, I can create the k, again create a k-means object but with 3 value now. Okay, and for that object give the data which is present in x, right, sorry x में नहीं है, डेटा फ्रेम क्रिएट किया हमने, डेटा फ्रेम, राइट. ओके, एंड ऑन दैट ऑब्जेक्ट आई कैन फिट हो गया, राइट. then I can have the labels. Okay, I can get the labels. Label is an attribute. Okay, so let us see the labels that we are getting. Labels underscore. Okay, so as you can see, so as decided, as we have implemented, first 20 points belong to one cluster, then next 20 belong to second cluster, next 20 belongs to the third cluster. Okay, so can we visualize it? Yes. Okay, so what I can do, So I'll be using plt scatter. Okay, then along the x-axis of that I want the first column of data frame, then along the y-axis I want second. Okay, and okay, let us print this much, plt dot show. Okay, but I want to give different colors based on their labels, so I have the parameter called c. Okay, and you decide the color using the labels. Okay, and see, we have different color for this different clusters. Okay, so that's it. So we have clustered these data points. Okay, so from the beginning. Okay, so what we have done, we have generated our own data set. Okay, and we have done the planning for that. So this planning was important. Okay, we ensured that at the last we will be getting 3 clusters, and we wanted to find that using k-means clustering, right? But okay, so after generation of the data point, then we assume that we don't know the value of k. Okay, so for that we have used the elbow method. Okay, elbow method. It is very easy method, right? So you start with one value for k. Okay, create an object, then you fit our data, then find the inertia score. Okay, and as observed, inertia score decreases, okay, with the increase in k value. You plot it and find that pivotal point, and that will be your ideal k value. Okay, then we have generated an object with that value, fit the data, get the labels, and then you can show the data points. Okay, so any doubt? Right, now what if you want to do this thing on actual data set? Okay, so heading, control Z. Yes, heading. Okay, so I'll be using the iris data set again. Okay, it is the simplest data set. Then you can use different data set for your implementation. Okay, so I have that code, right? In the previous lab also we have used the iris data set for decision tree, right? Okay, so I'm using some part of that. So it is there in my directory iris.data. Okay, so import that. Let us run this. Oh, sorry. Yes, okay, but you can say that, sir, this is the label data, right? But I am going to delete this 5th column. Okay, I will treat it as unlabeled data. Okay, this is required. It is not having the column names. Okay, then now if I print it, yes, okay, so I am getting column names. Then I will drop the class column. And if I print x, okay, now I have the unlabeled data. Okay, I want to find the cluster of 3 flowers. Okay, we know that there are 3 varieties of flower in iris dataset. Okay, so we know the k value, but if you don't know, then apply the elbow method and find the ideal value. Okay, so let us carry on with this. Okay, so I have the data, So the rest of the things are very easy, right? So you import the library, it is present here, then you create the object of that with an underscore clusters equals to 3. As I know the value of k, ideal k, I am writing directly 3. Then I can fit the data, it is already in the data frame, dot fit for x. Okay, so the object is created, the data is provided. Okay, that's it. Okay, so the k-means object is created. Then I can okay, so I can get the labels by using labels attribute, right? Labels attribute है अपने पास. So these are the labels. First 50 are classified as, so I think the error is 0. Okay, no, there are some errors. See, some points are misclassified. Okay, so labels are done. Now I can print it, but this data set is having four attributes. Okay, so at in one time I can show you the 2 attributes only. Okay, so let me show you the 2 attributes. Okay, so I will use the plt dot scatter, and x, from x I want that attribute. Okay, I have copied that. Then second attribute लेंथ के जगह पे विड्थ करना है, विड्थ और color them based on the labels. Okay, and plt dot show. Okay, see, this is the distribution that you are getting. Okay, now you can say that why it is clustered like this. Okay, because there are other dimensions also. You are considering only 2 attributes here. Okay, ideally, okay, if you consider only 2 attributes and create a k-means object, this point, this yellow point, okay, will be green actually, right? Okay, but as there are other 2 attributes, that's why it is labeled as yellow. Okay, similarly I can show you the other two attribute. सेपल की जगह पे पेटल करना पड़ेगा, पेटल लेंथ एंड पेटल विड्थ. यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे अच्छे से वो डिफ्रेंशिएट हो रहे हैं, राइट? सो ऑल दिस पॉइंट्स आर clustered as one. Okay, see, you can see some differentiation here. Similarly, I can copy this. Let us print सेपल लेंथ एंड पेटल लेंथ. ठीक है, सेपल और पेटल लेंथ में कुछ डिफरेंस है क्या? लेंथ, यस, सी, यहाँ पे भी वो अच्छे से डिफ्रेंशिएट हो रहे हैं. ओके, so if you have multi-dimensional data, then you have to go for dimensionality reduction techniques. Okay, using that technique you can reduce the 4-dimensional data to the 2-dimensional data, then you can easily plot. But this is the other way. Okay, you can print 2 attributes at one time. Okay, so this is how you can work on a real data set. The code will be very small, okay, but your concept should be clear. What you are doing, what you have to do, that should be clear. Okay, any doubt? First you have to observe the data. Okay, see whether can you apply the clustering or not. Are you having the separable classes? Okay, then only you can apply the cluster. Okay, that's why we go for the distribution, how my data is looking. Okay, so by plotting the data you will get the idea. Okay, that's why I started with this assumption. Okay, forcefully I have created the data which is separable. Then I have shown you how to find clusters in that data. Any doubt? I hope this is clear to you. Code is very small, okay, but the concept should be clear. Okay, take a screenshots. Now I will be creating activity for this third lab. Okay, deadline would be next Wednesday. Complete your lab 2 by today. The next Wednesday is 6th. Okay, 6th October. Take the screenshot. I hope the process is clear to you.